Father, in the mighty name of Yeshua HaMashiach, Jesus the Anointed One, Lord, you said that our sad days is over. Lord, you said this is the season of the turnaround. So we turn our mourning to joy. We turn our sadness to praise for the spirit of heaviness. So everything that has brought sadness to us, I declare that it be uprooted right now, according to Matthew 15:13. Every plant that the Father did not plant be uprooted now in Jesus' name. The Lord said in Psalms 30:5, weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. So I speak to the breaking of the day, which is your morning. I declare the morning of joy to come now. I speak to the Lord of the breaking of the day to bring a breakthrough of happiness now. You have stepped into a season of breakthrough, and you can call on the Lord of the breakthrough to bring a breakthrough to your situation now in Jesus' name. The Lord said this is the season that your sad days are over. Your pain is over. Your struggle is over. This is the season of restoration and elevation. God is going to restore everything back to you that was stolen. If your peace was stolen, God said get ready for your double. If your joy was stolen, God said get ready for your double. God said in Isaiah 61:7, for your shame double, for your confusion double. The Lord said according to Deuteronomy 6, that you have walked around this mountain long enough. You have walked around sadness long enough. You have walked around depression long enough. You have walked around grief long enough. You have walked around oppression long enough. The Lord said in Isaiah 40:2 that your warfare has been accomplished. That means your sad days is over.
Shackles off me. The world's trying to weigh me down, and I know this is how the story goes. Love and peace in a world so cold. Tell me where's the unity? This ain't how it's supposed to be. Oh no, change don't come. Love will find a way. We gotta pray for brighter day. Yeah. A change gon' come. 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 Like a bridge over troubled waters, we can overcome. Our new day's begun, and I know this is how the story goes. Love and peace in a world so cold. Tell me what's the unity? This ain't how it's supposed to be. Oh no, don't go. Love will find a way. We gotta pray for brighter days. A change gon' come. Change gon' come. Change gon' come. Change gon' come.
What up, though, everybody? Oh. Thank you. Shout out, guys. I know I'm on here early, man, because due to some unforeseen circumstances, I will not be able to do my live at 7. It was either postponed into another day or try to do it early in hopes that people who actually watch at 7 that be expecting me to be on at 7 because maybe they're getting off work or they have time to engage. I hope that you rewatch it. I'm actually streaming on IG, on YouTube, and on Facebook. Okay. So you can follow me and stream with me and lock in with me on any three of them platforms. I'll be putting up some clips. You know what, y'all, I ain't trying to be Beyonce with, like the fan blowing with the hair and stuff, but I got this little piece of hair that just won't go nowhere. Okay, I see it. All right. I should be good now. All right. Let me know if you tracking with me early. Like I said, I hate that I had to be on early, but this was the only time that I could do it because, like I said, I got something very, very, very urgent that I have to do. And I won't be able to be on at 7. So I just went on and started early. So thank you so much for joining Protect Black Women Season 3, Episode 1. I am going to put up some of the clips that I lost from Season 2 because they were taken down. So I'll just kind of like refresh those, and please go back, and if you don't know about this series that I do, go refresh yourself by watching Season 1 and Season 2. The news never gets old, and also listening or hearing about the stories of some of these women, some that have lost their lives, and they were beautiful contributions to the community. Some have been hurt other ways. Some have been discriminated against. So it's just like a lot of different stories about a lot of different things. And I would just like for you to, kind of connect with me on these, and hopefully we can make a change. Hopefully more people will start understanding our stories and understanding, people in different cultures, understanding, who we are, instead of like watching things, especially people outside of our country. Propaganda is so big. A lot of people that I know from different countries tell me that, people only see, watch what they see on TV. And as I always say, there's a machine behind the narrative that's being pushed, and that's just how it is. Okay. So with that being said, I'm not going to talk too much, but I would love you guys to please like, share, and subscribe. I'm really trying to push my all my platforms, and they all are positive platforms, and relating to the community. So please help me with that. Let me see. Like I said, I know it's early, and I know some people probably not locked in, but you never know. Oh yes, thank you so much. My IG peoples is locking in. Shout out to the real Kumite. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you for Big Stacks 187. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate it. Guys, make sure y'all share this with y'all fellas, y'all sisters, and anybody that you feel would be interested in this this show tonight. Well, it's still this afternoon. After 5, it's evening, but technically. All right, that's the nerd in me, guys. Let me get to it. All right, so one thing that I do want to discuss even before we start is women in anxiety and depression. I definitely, by me being an empath, suffer from anxiety a lot, especially when because I'm very sensitive in my spirit, and I can't be around a lot of energies and a bunch of people who are negative. It's just draining. And I just can't even be in like clubs like that, like with a bunch of people that I don't know. I can't be around that anymore. So it's really hard even for me to connect and create and foster relationships with just anybody now. And a lot of women suffer for different reasons when it comes to anxiety and depression. Um, us being labeled as super women, us being saying that we're super women, us trying to do too much, hold down two jobs, come clean up, come cook for a man that sits and watch video games all day or whatever he may do, or feel that her place is in the kitchen, even if he work and she work, and not contribute to assisting with domestic duties. It's just a lot. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot. It could go on and on. And I really do feel like even in this new generation with, like women saying how tough they are, how strong they are, how independent, how resilient, you can be all that, but also we always need to make sure that we need somebody. And I am someone who understands that more than anybody now, as being someone who's been a workaholic majority of my life and been in managerial positions where I was a leader for a majority of my life. Um, there has, I can say that a lot of the people that I've connected with, I've been able to be vulnerable with for different things because of me finding, out that I can't do it all and I can't be everything. So yes, guys, give y'all sisters some grace, give y'all moms some grace, give y'all girlfriends, y'all fiancés and wives some grace. Okay, brothers. All right, with that being said, shout out to tonight's conversation. I really like them. I can't remember her name offhand, but this is the first clip I'm going to show. And what she said was spot on. And ladies, chime in if you understand this. And make sure you leave a comment if you have to come back to this show and watch it, since I'm not going to be on at 7 and I'm on now. All right, check this out.
People in general, but especially black men, understood that a lot of the times our anxiety as black women shows up as irritation or aggression, but we are not necessarily angry. We never really get that pass to be like, you hear about white women tears, but when a black woman cries, she's looking for sympathy. When a black woman is irritated or has an anxiety or is overwhelmed or is overstimulated, she's with an attitude. When a black woman needs help, she doesn't get help. So when we go out and get the help that we need to get, then we're too masculine and we shouldn't have done it anyway. We need to depend on the same men that say that we're not desirable. So I wish we, as a culture, dived more into the mental health.
Oh my gosh, my mic was muted. I hate that. Sorry about that. But if you did not hear me from the last clip that I just showed, what I was saying was we as a community really need to dive into mental health. We really need to focus on that in order to build the bridges that we say we want to build with each other. That is important. We go to the gym, we can work out. Well, I do need to go to the gym, but we still work out, try to get our bodies right, try to eat right, right? Okay. So what about our mind? So that's important. And let's just try to really work together. All right, that's all I was saying. Okay, so the next one, and as I was saying too, is these next clips is going to be a little hard to watch, but that's what this show is about, giving you the tough information, giving you stuff that sometimes you don't, you have to look for in order to understand what's going on, because the news sometimes don't even show it. But let's go ahead and dive into this, and then I'll talk about it a little more.
The Maricopa County Intake, Transfer, and Release Facility near 27th Avenue and Lower Buckeye, getting a new look at an attempted assault that happened here. An inmate crawling from the men's side over to the women's side.
Mr. Avery, you're here for several felony charges.
April 11th, Justin Avery was arrested, accused of assaulting 2 women near Arizona State's campus. Avery was free the very next day when police say he assaulted 3 more women, also at ASU. Later that week, Avery was in the Maricopa County Intake, Transfer, and Release Facility near 27th Ave and Buckeye, awaiting court processing for the charges. The facility is separated into 2 sides, male and female. But watch on the screen as security cameras show Avery dropping to the ground and beginning to crawl, undetected by detention officers, over to the female side of the facility. We'll stop the video here, but it shows him getting behind a woman who was asleep and lowering his pants. Court records say another woman said aloud, "Hey, get off her," to which video shows Avery shushing the woman, the noise alerting an officer who called for backup. The entire incident lasting about a minute and a half. When questioned later, Avery told investigators he crawled like a, quote, spider, drawn to the woman's physical appearance. But how did he go undetected? We asked MCSO about the incident, and they told ABC 15 in part, quote, "Detention officers' eyes cannot be everywhere all of the time." And they say once seen, detention officers responded immediately and removed the inmate to an enclosed cell. They also say the facility employs a direct supervision model used nationwide, allowing for, quote, efficiency, safety, and dignity for all involved. Once in that enclosed cell, Avery telling investigators his intention was to rape the victim. MCSO says the Intake, Transfer, and Release Facility, quote, has been in operation for over 4 years, and this is the first incident of its kind. MCSO will continue looking for research-backed ways to improve and accomplish that mission. And that inmate now facing an additional sexual assault charge on top of those kidnapping and aggravated assault charges he had already been detained for. In Phoenix, Fort Hatchett, ABC 15, Arizona.
Man, that is nasty work. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, okay, there's so many different things that's wrong with this situation. One is his mind so messed up. He locked up. He got on the orange boys. He got on a whole orange fit, locked up, and still got these perverted urges to do something wrong and try to get away with it. Can you imagine how many different situations he's been in with this mind frame of where some people probably never came forth. This is like despicable. And this is another one of the situations that I was talking about when it comes to the justice system and feeling like everybody needs to be locked up for the, instead of assessing them to figure out where they need to be placed. Because he's not going to do nothing but do it when he's locked up. And you understand what I'm saying, right? Because it's not even just about the woman, even though he said, oh, because she had a body. No, he has a serious issue. Okay. And I just seen Pastor Tracy. Hi, good to see you. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you as always. Thank you. Shout out to someone watching on my YouTube channel. I appreciate it. Thank you guys. But like this right here, this story to me was just so crazy because of the fact that it's to the point where and even though he's a black man, this is all men. We're in this sexualized generation now, or this everything is so free and so open that I don't know, it's creating, well, I'm not even going to say it's creating because they probably always was like that, but the perversion is even at a higher capacity and rate now. You know what I'm saying? And it's really crazy, especially crazy when he was free and then got locked up and doing the same thing inside right there, not even all the way in the jail yet. That's crazy work. Okay. Hide your kids, hide your wives for this one. And I want to say shout out to Petty Blog. And I seen the young lady who I did not get her name, who actually had made this. I think she's an influencer, and she was saying how she contracted a STD from someone who actually went out and gave it to several other women knowingly. He was intentionally giving this to several women. First off, I'm gonna keep it all the way 100. I know it's still in the afternoon, so please forgive me, YouTube. But people still doing it raw. Well, okay. That just shows you these clothes, baby, clothes. I got to hear some wedding bells. I gotta have a ring. This okay. Hey, listen, I don't know. I ain't gonna even lie to you, but I ain't trying to, be sharing all my stuff. But nah, partner, that ain't happening over here. So let's check this story out, guys.
Rocking with pettyblog.com.
It's your boy Snoop D-O-double-G, and you are now watching the Petty Blog.
I can't be on the Petty Blog.
Petty Blog in the building.
Petty and T. I was so dumb.
Oh, Petty.
So they already know that I'm dropping the T. So let's get right into it. So basically, a man who was linked to Sexy Red, who does OnlyFans, has just been exposed for spreading HSV knowingly. And for those who don't know, HSV stands for the herpes simplex virus, okay? HSV2 to be exact. Now, this man has been bragging about having smashed over 3,100 women in his lifetime and counting.
I think my body count was like 3,100.
And he's only in his 20s, so that's pretty sad if you ask me. He is actually supposedly 24, so that's very sad, okay? Having 3,000 bodies and you're 24, and then you also brag about your ex-girlfriend having had over 2,000 bodies.
My body count like 2,000. My body count like 3,000, so it's like, damn, like, I ain't feel too bad about it.
Mean that y'all done had 5,000 bodies and counting between y'all. Maybe millions, because like each person probably has their own set of bodies, but that's a whole nother conversation. Let's go back on topic. So one of the people who he smashed on OnlyFans, who also does OnlyFans, found out that she has HSV2, and that's how it's being exposed. She's saying that she smashed him back in February, and how she found out is because I guess she got tested recently or months after it, and then contacted all of her partners to see their test results, and Gucci never sent his in, and that's probably how she pinpointed that it was him. And she was in tears, and she apologized for not having exposed it sooner. She claims that her other partners that she smashed on camera tested negative for it. But I do want to say before I get into her video that HSV 1 is basically on top, orally, if you know what I mean. HSV2 is at the bottom. People who have one usually have the other because, I mean, when you're active, you're just, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to get too deep into, y'all know what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to keep this PG, okay? I also want to say that according to some stats, up to 80% of people have this virus, okay? That means that when you go to a party and there is 500 people there, that means that 400 of them have HSV. Some know it and some don't know it. And that's just those who know it though. Because obviously if you never got tested or don't show symptoms, you don't even know. Because you can be asymptomatic and have it, okay? You can show no symptoms and still carry the virus and still pass it on, sadly. So I'm saying that to say, if you're actually active, just get tested for everything if you can, period. Because think about it, even if you're monogamous or you think you are, what if your spouse is cheating? You don't know what he can bring you, you know what I'm saying? And that's an example. So your best bet, if you're active, is to just get tested for everything, okay? Whether you show symptoms of anything or not, get tested. It's better to know than not to know, you know what I'm saying? And I don't tell nobody how to live, but I feel like monogamy is the way. If you're polygamous and you want to be a cheater and all that, being a cheater is unfair, period, point blank. But being out there and smashing all these people, bragging about smashing 2,000 people, 3,000 or whatever, like that's wild. You don't care about your body? I don't get that. And he's smashing these girls raw. Oh, and as far as Sexy Red goes, I'm not saying that they messed around. I don't know. I wasn't in bed with them. But the fans do think that they've messed around. Some think that Sexy Red gave it to him because she spoke about contracting curable STDs in the past, even though this one is not curable. It stays with you forever. But yeah, or they think that he gave it to her. Vice versa. Either way, like I said, he had 3,000 bodies. Like he said, he had 3,000 bodies, so chances are high anyway. And he has been seen and spotted with Sexy Red on multiple occasions. They hang out. Like I said, I don't know what they do behind closed doors. But when he posted a picture of her, he also put in that collage, "I like a natural freak. I ain't asking you to do nothing." Crying, laughing. So people feel like that's him seemingly trying to say that they messed around.
Just get my money today, nigga. Come on, bro. You gonna
yeah, it didn't hit. It didn't hit.
Child, I don't know what else to say. Check it out.
I'm just gonna say, yes, he gave it to me. It's devastating to have to come on here and share that whenever I was 19 years old, Gucci third leg burned me with HSV2. And he told me that he was gonna send me his test results, and he never did. And it saddens me to hear that he's done this to so many girls. And there's girls with so many similar stories to me, and they're so young as well. He is preying on the young, he is preying on the new. And I'm so sorry for not saying this 7 months ago. I was scared, and I was making so much money. I can't keep beating around the bush because you guys think I'm lying. And he can't ruin anybody else's life. I didn't know what he was known for. I didn't know who he was. I didn't do my research, and it is my fault.
Guys, I can't even no more. That is cool. These young, and they all young, this influencing world with these young people having a good time, making money, being irresponsible because they're in their, sexual revolution. Bragging with 3,000. Now, I did make a live. I just want to clarify. I made a live, a Protect Black Women live, a message to the brothers the other day. And I was saying that men should not hold it against women if they have a past, because a lot of situations nowadays, men constantly have been like downing women and saying, oh, she hit the wall, she too old, or she used to be this, she used to be a stripper, she got bodies, this, that, and the other. But also what I said was, if a woman has changed her mentality and she has become a better person, and she has what is her present like? What is her future? What does that look like? Is she a spiritual woman who is connected into the community and trying to do better things? That's different. And just even like having those conversations and having body talk with millions of your followers and people like that, that's crazy word. Like, I have no clue what is happening now. I'm really stuck in a time warp. But this whole situation is sad because of the fact, just like she said, he contracted this, or he had it and gave it and knew and it's been younger girls that he's been messing with that's way younger than him. And now that's messed up. So yeah, guys, this is a bad situation. It's messy, it's sad. But let's go to the next one. Now, this next one is going to be hard to watch because this is domestic. And like I said, you know, because of social media, and we're still early right now. Like after 7 o'clock or something like that, I could say some things, but I have to, you know, it's still early, so I have to mind what I say when it comes to certain trigger words. But this is going to be showing an abusive relationship, a one-sided abusive relationship, and how some men just really hate women, and you can tell by the way that he handled this woman in front of their daughter. So please check this out.
Tonight, we hear from the estranged wife of a former Dynamo player who was captured on a disturbing video.
Yeah, Fox 26's Randy Wallace joining us live from downtown with the exclusive.
Yeah, Anthony, now tens of thousands have seen the video on social media. I do want to warn you, it's violent and difficult to watch. The woman asked that we not show her face or say her name. This is not the first time 30-year-old Horchino James has been charged with assault of a family member. He got his first felony charge last March.
He put a belt around my neck and he strangled me. He kept me in the room for about an hour, 2 hours. He put the belt around my neck a second time, and this time it was longer.
He obviously got out on bond.
2 days later, yes.
According to court documents, James was abiding by a protective order and his bond conditions. That changed on August the 30th.
Yes.
She says James was following her while taking her 2-year-old to daycare.
And as soon as I parked, he jumped in my back seat. I got out of the car, I went inside my daughter's daycare, and I called 911. And while I'm still on the phone with them, that is when he started hitting me. He did punch me 8 times, and I just feel like he wouldn't have stopped. He wouldn't have stopped if I wouldn't have fallen, because he already had his arm ready to go a 9th time.
2 weeks have passed. She still has a big black bruise and swollen face. You have a broken finger.
Yes, I have a broken finger. You know, I can't use my right hand.
Surprisingly, the second attack is a misdemeanor, but James got a second felony charge for violating a protective order or bond condition.
I was 100% sure that he wasn't going to be able to come out this time.
Even though the DA's office filed a motion to deny bond, it was set at $20,000 in the 174th District Court.
I hope that he watches this, or somebody he knows watches this, and he realizes that, you know, he hurt our daughter more than he hurt me. She's been screaming and crying in her sleep, and I just need him to stay away and focus on himself and on getting better so he can be a father to our daughter in the future.
Now, we called to see if James wanted to respond. He told us it's not the right time for me to explain anything. Reporting live from downtown, Randy Wallace, Fox 26 News.
If he want to respond, and that's another thing, like the way in this country that they handle issues with women who are abused is, to me, horrible. It's so many situations that could have been prevented if there was proper assistance, you know, by the government or, you know, the justice system or whatever when it comes to situations such as this. And it's sad. It's sad. What's really sad though is the little girl having to see that. And, you know, that's that whole generational situation that happens where you never know where that will take her mentally, where she continuously sees this and then she gets numb to it, and then she grows up and it's okay for someone to do her this way because she's seen it and she feels this is normal. You know, it's so many different paths that this could take her because of the fact that people think that mental health and mental illness starts later in life, but it really starts at an early age. And it's really sad. And she was trying to pull him off to protect her mom, and she just a baby, you know. And I'm so sorry for this woman, and I hope that, you know, she gets the justice that she deserves. I hope, you know, she heals from this physically, mentally, and emotionally. And I know it's going to take time, and I hope her child grows up to be a, you know, successful, beautiful, and, you know, this situation probably never crossed her mind again as a young child. Hopefully she can just black it out and move from it. So now we're going to get into a situation that is a little heavy, as I was talking about the justice system. And one is how they handle women now since Roe v. Wade, how they handle women who not intentionally try to get rid of their child, but may have had some complications as far as health wise, and still try to lock them up. This whole locking up women period is crazy to me. And I put on here the death penalty is legal, but losing an unborn child could get you locked up. Make it make sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you determine who you can give a life to and take a life from? You know, I'm confused. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that I'm pro this and pro that and anti this, anti that. What I'm saying is that I feel like there's no true, it's selective outrage, or it's a selective situation instead of it being fair and balanced. Okay. So I'm going to show this video clip and check this out.
Charged with murder after giving birth prematurely. Wow. I told you this is where we are. Let's arrest women. Mari Marsh, now age 23, was a junior at South Carolina State University when she went to the hospital complaining of pain related to her second trimester pregnancy. Several hours later, she left the emergency room. Later that day, the fetus was ejected from her body into the toilet at her apartment. Okay. This ended with Marsh being charged with murder. Lana Blackstar with the details. How does this happen? Well, at a hospital the next day, she was questioned by police who did not indicate to Marsh that she was being criminally investigated, reported Kaiser Health News. But 3 months later, she was arrested and charged with murder, homicide by child abuse. She spent 22 days in a local detention facility where she was initially held, no bond, facing 20 years to life in prison. Felony charges stem from her failure to remove the baby from the toilet, as advised by a 911 dispatcher, according to a sheriff's department report. Hospital staffers had told Marsh she was pregnant, that a fetal heartbeat could be detected. The report said when she lost the baby in the toilet, Marsh said she was, quote, scared, freaked out, confused, after her then boyfriend called 911. Now, why would you call 911 if you were trying to murder your, well, fetus, your baby? The EMS dispatcher kept telling me to take the baby out of the toilet, she recalled. I couldn't because I couldn't even keep myself together. Well, the circumstances were certainly scary, I would think. Emergency responders who rushed to her apartment detected signs of life. They tried to save the infant, a girl, but she died en route to the hospital. Marsh later received the child's ashes. Now, an incident report filed by the Orangeburg County Sheriff's Office on the day she lost the pregnancy noted that in January 2023, Marsh had made an appointment at a Planned Parenthood clinic in Columbia to take the Plan C pill, which would possibly cause an abortion to occur. The report didn't indicate whether Marsh obtained or took the drug. But here we go. Marsh denies going to Planned Parenthood or taking medicine to induce an abortion. The warrant for her arrest, June 2nd, 2023, alleged that not moving the infant from the toilet was a proximate cause of her daughter's death. Warrant also listed respiratory complications due to a premature delivery stemming from a maternal chlamydia infection as a cause of death. But we're going to charge her with murder anyway, because something about an appointment at Planned Parenthood. So she must have wanted the baby dead, and so she should face 20 years. That's my commentary. Marsh said she didn't know about the infection until after the miscarriage. Marsh was held without bail. Very dangerous woman. Till securing a $75,000 bond in June, according to the Post and Courier. Last month, a state grand jury that reviewed the case declined to indict her. Money, let's keep wasting taxpayer money to punish this Black woman. What was being alleged is not what the evidence showed, said Marsh's attorney, Columbia Democratic State Rep Seth Rose, who insisted there was no evidence that abortion drugs played any part in the death of the fetus. It's our position that she lost the child through natural causes, he said. Biology major Marsh said she still intends to become a doctor. She's moved back in with her parents. She's taking classes at a local community college. That's reported by KFF Health News. Through all of this, I found my strength, said Marsh. I found my voice. I want to help other young women that are in my position now and will be in the future, she said. So because she allegedly, apparently showed interest in terminating the pregnancy, and there was this appointment reportedly at Planned Parenthood, they disregarded, it seems, when they charged her, the sheriff's department, and when they investigated this, the other evidence, premature respiratory complications. If a baby has not been allowed to be in womb long enough to mature, to grow to full term, we know these things can happen. We don't need to be a doctor, do we, Woes, to know that. But they said, hey, no bond. No bond is because you're dangerous. She didn't get the baby out of the toilet in time. Okay, well, I can tell you, of the two of us, I have given birth, Woes. So I know how weak and traumatic that can be, particularly when you're in the hospital. Can you imagine if you were alone in a bathroom and this happened? What do you make of the decision here? It seems activist to me against another woman.
Well, I tell you, we can't walk, we can't talk, we can't do nothing. What is happening? We going backwards. Everything that was our ancestors fought for, everything that we as Generation X and baby boomers and, have fought for, I feel like it's all going back in reverse. And I'm worried about that because of the fact that we're moving into this tech world, this digital world, this world where everything is at our feet now, but still certain policies that should be foundational policies are being stripped away. And And it's really sad that, you know, once again, I feel like, of course, we're a capitalist society. So why not make her pay a bail money to get out because something ejected out of her body that she couldn't help, because that's what happens. Mm. And I'm just trying to be light with my words, as you know, but y'all get what I'm saying. I hope, you know, I got some bright people watching. Majority of my followers are very intelligent, so I shouldn't worry about that. Shout out to the eye. You know, I'm always shouting out the eye. Okay. Thanks again for holding me down, IG. I see y'all. I appreciate you guys. We're gonna keep this thing going. The next one was a situation that happened. Deandra Ford. This is an update on the situation, and I'll just, because I don't want to talk too much, I'll just let y'all watch the clip and refresh your memory if you heard of it.
Right now, 5 o'clock, the family of a local woman missing for a year is finally getting some answers. The Dallas County Medical Examiner's Office identified the remains discovered just a few weeks ago to be that of Deandra Ford. Thank you so much for joining us for KPRC2 News at 5. I'm Daniela Guzman. Keith Garvin is off today. We have team coverage on this developing story on air and online on click2houston.com. Let's start off with KPRC2's Rowan Belogan joining us live from Southwest Houston with a timeline of events and details on the suspect. Rowan.
Now, Daniela, the remains of Ford found in Dallas County, the same county where the man investigators say perpetrated this crime, killing the 21-year-old, also remains in jail. It's an outcome family members of Deandra Ford didn't want to see. Her remains identified in Dallas nearly a year after she disappeared from this bar and grill in East Houston. Ford's uncle, Kevin Carrier, spoke with KPRC2's Rochelle Turner shortly after her disappearance.
Just at full disclosure, we were told by HPD that the guy, the person of interest, suspect, was detained out of town.
The person, this man, Yoland Washington. He was arrested in Dallas for a different case, but later charged in Ford's murder after investigators said they had evidence connecting him to her death. Court records show investigators saw surveillance video of the two getting into Washington's white van, but he was the only one seen leaving the vehicle. Dallas police tell KPRC2, quote, "This is being investigated as an unexplained death and the investigation is ongoing." However, Houston police tell me they're leading the investigation and waiting for Washington's extradition back to Houston. And Washington in jail, remains in jail on a $1.1 million bond. Reporting live, Roman Belogan, KPRC 2 News.
My condolences to the family of Deandra Ford. I'm glad that they had that update, and you know, now they can do what they need to do. And man, you can't even go hang out no more without somebody snatching you up. And next week, another situation with the Uber driver, the young lady that just, you know, that just happened to, it's just like, what can we do? You know, women, what can we do? Like we are not safe anywhere. And the reason why I say that, I don't think I even, that clip is also for next week, but there's a black woman that was in her own home, door locked, and her neighbor kicked her door in and killed her. She just was in her house. Neighbor just kicked it in broad daylight. This is what I'm saying. It does not matter where we are, what we do. I really seriously feel like they are like, okay, women are the weakest link when it comes to overpowering men or this, that, and the other. You know, I'm hunting for prey. Why not hunt a woman? She's an easier prey, easier target. And then some are just nasty, mind is gone, horrible, and you know, they just want to have their way. And sometimes their ego has been shattered and they're leading with their ego, which is edging God out. You already know what time it is. So we got to get it together, guys. And the whole purpose of me showing these clips is because people can have conversations around the water cooler all day, but some people do not believe it until, especially people from other countries and cultures, they don't believe it until they see it. They don't believe it until there's a reputable channel or there's somebody that's actually breaking it down so that they can go and they can do their research, hopefully, instead of constantly listening to sound bites and getting surface level info and running with it. Okay, I'm not ranting today, I promise. But this one right here, just, I ain't gonna even lie to you, this pissed me off when I seen it. And when I did my live, I said it was a grown man and a 16-year-old girl who he beat up for a bike. No, it's worse than that. It's worse than that. This little girl was 6 years old. Check this out.
Look now at the 3 teen boys in this video from Williamsburg. Police say they punched a 6-year-old girl in the chest and then stole her scooter. Now they are wanted by officers. News 4's Erica Byfield is live in Williamsburg, where she spoke to neighbors about this crime. Erica, what goes through my mind is, why would somebody do something like this?
Jen, we heard so many neighbors asking us that same question today. Police are telling us that that little girl is going to be okay. But again, as you mentioned there, Jen, so many people are asking why anybody would steal from a child.
What is going on with the world? I mean, how could you stoop so low?
Police say that this trio did on the corner of Throop Avenue and Bartlett Street in Brooklyn last week.
I'm speechless because 6 years old.
This is an angle of video that you will only see on News 4. You see a guy on a bike, his buddies come up behind him. This is Thursday, July 28th, around 5:50 in the afternoon. Eventually, those teens turn left. Detectives say that seconds later, they encountered a 6-year-old girl. One of them punched her in the chest. Then the other 2 swooped in and stole her Razor scooter. The video picks up again as they race down Thorpe. One guy has that scooter in his hands.
I think it's crazy how a little girl came and riding a scooter, like just to have fun. But it's crazy how troublemakers just want to start that for no reason. I feel like it's sad. It's crazy.
Detectives suspect that the attackers are anywhere between the ages of 14 and 16. The photo and these videos are all they have for now. That day, one was in red shorts, another in turquoise shorts. The last one was in gray jeans and a multicolored shirt. The incident has neighbors frustrated, concerned about all the kids in this area.
It's ridiculous because there's a lot of kids around this area, especially on this block alone.
So on Thursday last week when this happened, EMS treated that little girl on the scene, the 6-year-old girl. Detectives are telling us at this point that she did not go to the hospital. But again, they are looking for the public's help to find those 3 teens. In Brooklyn, Erica Byfield, News 4.
Six years old, little 6-year-old girl. Teenage boys beat the girl up and took her scooter. Do we blame the parents and how they're raising these young men? Or what do we do? Please leave your comments. I would love to hear you guys. I know, like I said, I'm usually on at 7. Would have had a ton of people commenting, engaging. Unfortunately, there were some unforeseen circumstances. I did not want to cancel, so I got on early. So I'm hoping that you guys watch this back, and please, engage. I really do want to know. And they can't even find the boys. This been all on their news, so the parents didn't even confess and hold the boys accountable. They're hiding them and pacifying the situation because they seen it. Okay. All right. Listen. All right, let's I hate to do it, but we have to go to another situation with a baby, a young little bright child that you could tell she was extremely loved for the 8 years she was on earth, and her close family member who she also thought of as her friend, who was her first cousin, wind up unaliving her for a cell phone. And for some reason, the grandmother had the room with a camera in it. She put a camera in the room, so evidently they knew that the 13-year-old girl probably had some mental health issues. Why else would you put a camera in the room? I don't get that, but that's me, just my opinion in that. And I should not, state that, but this is a real live conversation that we're having, and we are all going to think our thoughts. There's no blame on the grandmother, but there was a reason. There had to be a reason why a camera was in the room. Or maybe, just monitoring the kids, maybe one of the newborn cameras, how you do that when you monitor a newborn. Maybe that's what that was. Either or, this was extremely sad. And I'm over my crying. I'm over all my emotions. So now I can actually watch it and not be as affected as I was. Okay, check this out.
It replays in my head constantly, the phone call, the words. I just cried.
In Operation Crime and Justice, new information in the murder of this 8-year-old West Nashville girl. Police say Demaria Hollingsworth was suffocated by her 13-year-old cousin, who has just been indicted for this murder. Fox 17 News' Caitlin Miller's live in studio after speaking with this young victim's family.
Yes, Scott, a tough story tonight. I spoke with Demaria Hollingworth's mother and younger sister after the indictment. Now, the DA in Humboldt says that the violent attack while little Demaria was sleeping was caught on video. Attorney General Frederick Adrie says that this is one of the most difficult and brutal cases he's ever seen, especially between a 13-year-old and an 8-year-old.
Was she your best friend?
5-year-old Ramaya Hollingsworth misses her older sister, Demaria.
I like when she be helping me with stuff. That she makes my food. Sometimes we make each other laugh and we tickle each other.
Ramaya and her mother, Rihanna Smith, are wearing pins to remember Demaria. Humboldt police found Demaria dead in an upstairs bedroom of a relative's home in Humboldt on July 15th. Investigators have surveillance video that shows 13-year-old Lacquavana Parson using bedding to suffocate her young cousin. The video also shows Parson cleaning blood from the victim's face and repositioning the body under the covers. The mother, Rihanna Smith, is heartbroken.
I went there to protect her, and that hurts because I always tell my kids I'm their protector.
Smith says both her daughters were staying with their father's mother. She wants to see every adult that was there charged. Smith believes everyone needs to be held accountable for neglecting her baby girl.
She was bright. She was intelligent. She was outgoing.
For now, the case against Lacquavana Parson is headed to trial in adult court as Rihanna Smith and her youngest child try to go on with a hole in their hearts.
Since the 13-year-old suspect is being tried as an adult, if convicted, she could be sentenced to a life in prison. In Tennessee, that's at least 51 years before becoming eligible for parole. Reporting from in studio, I'm Caitlin Miller, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
Wow, wow, wow. That's crazy to me. And that just sounds so premeditated. And she just knew what to do like that. Like, man. Okay. All right. IG, what up, though? Shout out to Scuds, my cuzzo. What's up, Scuds? Y'all, please check out Scuds. He is a social media comedian. And when I say extremely funny, large following on his platforms, YouTube. I follow him on TikTok, Facebook, IG. Please check him out. And yeah, wow, it's crazy, right? Thank you, Pastor Tracy, for watching. I appreciate you guys. Big Stacks 187, the real Kumite. And shout out to Kumite. Please, when you are in what is the name? I should know the name of the sneaker store. It's extremely popular. It's in downtown Atlanta. Walters. He been at Walters since Walters been at Walters. And he's a very popular influencer in Atlanta. Check him out. Go to his page as well. Thank you, Pastor Tracy. Beautiful queen. I met her in LA. She was on her shopping spree, enjoying her life. Beautiful queen. And she gave me a beautiful book and sent it to me that really helped change my life. So thank you so much. All right. Now let's get it going. Just wanted to get some shout outs. I got two more guys. Wait, is it two more? Hold on. Oh, no, it's only one more. Okay. It's one more, but it's two. This situation is crazy. Okay. It's a sister. Oh, wait, no, it is two because Tatiana Jackson, we didn't do, but we're going to do Courtney Reese and Symmetria Edwards. Courtney Reese, she got 10 holes put in her, and it was shown on a Ring camera, and somebody didn't open up the door for her as this situation was happening. And her sister had I think her sister was 3 years older than her, and 3 months before her sister had also passed away by gun violence. So shout out to the family. I do watch him. He's really good at finding different clips and situations that's happening in the community and like bringing it to light. So this clip is from him, and y'all check this out.
Nobody wins when the family feels.
And we have this story to get to. Days after she had started working as a nurse at Grady Hospital, trauma doctors worked to save her life after she got shot. Symmetria McCord Edwards died after someone opened fire near a gathering of people who were grieving the loss of a loved one.
Now know the name of a mother killed in a shooting in southeast Atlanta. The Fulton County Medical Examiner says the victim is 32-year-old Courtney Reese. Atlanta police say she was shot on Springside Drive Southeast just before 9 last night. Her family sent us these photos of her, and they say Reese was a mother of 4. Right now, Atlanta police are continuing to investigate what happened. So far, they have not announced an arrest in this deadly shooting.
We here to speak for the people and shine light on the truth. And the real reason we here today is because 2 sisters who was only 3 years in age apart, had lost their life just 3 months apart. Not to mention it happened in gruesome fashion, where some would say a secure location. But nonetheless, fam, when this was brought to my attention, nothing about their story makes sense to me. And we're here to break it down together, and hopefully we find some answers. But fam, the real reason I'm bringing this story to you guys' attention today is because within the last 24 hours of me making this video, surveillance footage of a young mom of 4 who we'll later discuss has been released to the public. Her being gunned down, shot 10 times and stood over as the perpetrator walks away as if nothing happens. Now, of course, through the YouTube guidelines, I can't show the entirety of this 40-second clip, which is disgraceful in the first place. But I wanted to be known as we later go over this surveillance. This lady assumed she can get in their house, and her family didn't release that video, so it wasn't her house. And the last thing is this: that man walked away, so it wasn't his house. And in the dock, he knew exactly where to come at this right time. And for those who following me, they know where I'm going with this. But of course, we're gonna go over the facts. But they need to understand, fam, we ain't done. Now we also gonna go over how the sister lost her life just 3 months before. As we mentioned, they 2 years apart. This was a young lady who just got a job at Grady Hospital. Only for a week later, Grady Hospital would try to fight to save her life. A young woman who was gunned down at a funeral repast. Fam, I believe in coincidence. But something about both of these situations just don't sit well with me. And hopefully we'll come to the same conclusion at the end. Before we go over this one, I want you guys to remember, I don't give you no angle. I just give you the story. So with that being said, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We're gonna jump right to it. Family, the first person I would like to introduce to you guys is Samitra McCord. She was only 29 years old when she lost her life in May of 2024. Samitra was a nurse at Grady Hospital. She was only employed there for a week before she found herself shot fighting for her life at Grady Hospital, but she unfortunately lost her life. May she rest in peace. Now at the time, Samitra's other sister, Trayvania Edwards, had told the local news she had just left her sister's side. She said they both attended a repast service for a relative on Chestnut Hill Circle in DeKalb County back in May, and all was released to the public from authorities was that gunfire broke out and Samitra was hit. It's going over 3 months and still no one has been arrested. And according to witnesses, they say the shooter was shooting from several houses away.
And we have this story to get to. Days after she had started working as a nurse at Grady Hospital, trauma doctors worked to save her life after she got shot. Samitra McCord Edwards died after someone opened fire near a gathering of people who were grieving the loss of a loved one. Channel 2's Tom Jones is live in DeKalb County. Tom, the family says Samitra was an innocent bystander.
Yeah, that's right. Samitra's family, George, says she was not the intended target of that shooting that happened right here. They say she was getting in her car, getting ready to leave when she was hit by a random bullet. Just about everybody I talked to say Samitra was a high achiever. She had just graduated nursing school, started her first job, and was ready to heal the world.
Her actual words was, "I'm about to save some lives, baby."
29-year-old Samitra McCord Edwards was so excited about graduating from nursing school and becoming a nurse at Grady Hospital.
She wanted to make people feel better.
This is a picture Samitra took on her 4th day working at the hospital. The next day, Grady trauma doctors tried to save her life after she had been shot.
Gunshot rang out and she was hit.
Samitra had left a funeral for a relative back in May. She went to the repast service at this home on Chestnut Hill Circle. As she was getting ready to leave, someone opened fire several houses away.
Who would be shooting at or around a repast where people are grieving?
Animals. Monsters. That's what I say.
Samitra's family say she was an innocent bystander. She was rushed to Grady Hospital where she died. And so did all of her dreams of healing the world. Samitra's mother says it would heal their hearts if someone would share information about the person or persons who shattered their lives.
It's so unsettling that I have no answers. And we know that she didn't deserve this.
And police told me they don't have any updates on this case. Once again, Demetria's family is asking anyone with any information to reach out to police. We're live in DeKalb County. Tom Jones, Channel 2 Action News.
Now found me Courtney Dupree, 32 years old, just 3 years older than her sister we just talked about, Demetria. She's a loving mother who also stayed near Atlanta, Georgia. And 3 months after her sister lost her life, 8/20/2024, it seems she would lose her life in gruesome fashion as well. But this time it was caught on surveillance. And instead of being released to police, it was released to the public. It was a Tuesday night. Atlanta police officers have responded to a shooting along Springside Drive, which runs parallel between Cleveland Avenue and Mount Zion Road. Now, officers found 32-year-old Courtney Reese outside on the ground with multiple gunshot wounds. APD said despite life-saving measures, Reese died from her injuries on the scene. Fam, by the morning, video was circulating online while the family of Courtney was grieving on how she lost her life. And at this point, the public was able to see more information that the news and local authorities had put out. Now on this surveillance camera, which we'll later break down in more detail, you see a tall figure who appeared to be dressed in all white, wearing a hooded sweatshirt, walking up to Courtney, who was standing outside her home. You hear Courtney in the video saying, "Please, I don't." As she pleading, the individual you see raise his hand, and after his firearm jammed, he gets it to shoot. Shoots Courtney 10 times after standing over her. May she rest in peace. Now fam, as we wrap this video up, without playing the entirety, let's go over this surveillance footage one more time, because I think you'll agree with me that whoever released this footage might have just told on themselves. Now, I want you guys to notice Courtney grabbed the doorknob like she was expected to be let in. Now, before we notice anything else, I want us to notice the end of this surveillance footage. No one came out for about 20 seconds. Still, they still found the need to release this footage. Now, another key thing is the exact time this man came up behind Courtney, where you can tell it would appear to the public that he was given the drop and knew exactly when she was going to get there, and the person inside possibly, allegedly, helped coordinate that event by having Courtney assume she's coming in but had the door locked and didn't even come outside to see was she okay even after she lost her life.
Now know the name of a mother killed in a shooting in southeast Atlanta. The Fulton County Medical Examiner says the victim is 32-year-old Courtney Reese. Atlanta police say she was shot on Springside Drive southeast just before 9 last night. Her family sent us these photos of her, and they say Reese was a mother of 4. Right now, Atlanta police are continuing to investigate what happened. So far, they have not announced an arrest in this deadly shooting.
Now, another one of Courtney's sisters had went to Facebook after seeing that video and said the following: "I really appreciate everybody's prayers and condolences and donations. But if you're not coming from a place of sincerity, please go F yourself and leave me and my family alone. And for whoever leaked that video, for the world to see of my sister pleading for her life and taking her last breath, you get a slow mother death. And I mean every bit of that in my soul. No type of respect at all." As we wrap this video up, we do want to say once again, rest in peace to both of these sisters. Love and condolences to the family. And if anyone feel in their heart they would like to donate to Courtney GoFundMe, I'll leave the link in the bio. It's an unfortunate situation, but this surveillance footage, I believe, gonna crack this case much sooner than it would have without it. As more developed, fam, you know I'm gonna keep you guys updated. This was the story of 2 sisters, 3 years apart, losing their life in gruesome fashions just 3 months apart. Let me know how you guys feel about this one in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Until then, I'll catch you guys on the next one.
All right. And just so you know, the update for Courtney Reese, couple weeks ago, I believe they caught the guy, and he actually shot a police officer, and I do believe they murked him. I believe he's no longer with us, but that's crazy work. All right, IG, a dose of reality join. Hey, boo. So good to see you, Queen. Thank you so much for joining. Guys, thank you so much. Like I said, I know this is not the time that I usually do my lives But I did not want to cancel this, and because of unforeseen circumstances, I won't be able to. Wasn't able to do it for 7 o'clock, so I'm going to have to cancel that scheduling. But I'm glad that you guys at least are still coming on, chiming in, joining. Thank you so much. Please, if you have not watched the if you just coming in and you haven't had the opportunity to watch the full show, I ask that you go back and kind of like check it out, and please engage if you can, and like, share, subscribe. It's free. Help your girl out. All right, I got one more clip to show, and this one is like rough as well. And the reason being is because this situation is a queen who lost her life to her own son. And I'm not going to say anything else. Just check it out.
There's my other son right there. Come on, kid. Okay. Right here. That's always in the middle.
And the messed up part is she bragging on her children, like not bragging, but you know how people be like happy and be like, that's my other son right there, and that's my daughter, and that's, you know what I'm saying? All right.
He can't help himself. We come to y'all as you as peaceful and humble as people. We ask that you still give my joy and her family the strength. Give her all her kids, her homicidal family, all her friends, Oakley family, her other families. Just cover everybody with the blood of Jesus and let everybody just get peace. Examples of that peace right now. My joy, we love you. We love your entire family, and we're here for you. And keep us all covered. And everybody, stay focused, keep your head up, and put the Lord first.
Juju, give me a hand. You know you're short as hell.
This is a real black household. He said, get behind me. You know you're short.
Neighbors tell us Tanisha Jackson had just gotten home with her family and was walking inside of her apartment where a teen gunman was waiting.
What was supposed to be the safe confines of a family's South Shore home now marks where Tanisha Jackson's life was tragically ripped away at the hands, police say, of a teen gunman.
Most people who've been living on this block have been living here for a long time, so everyone kind of knows each other. So I can only imagine what everyone is feeling.
The feeling of heartbreak spilling next door to Jackson's neighbor, Wendy Herring.
Oh, it's devastating. I'm really looking for her when I come out to sit on the back sometimes.
Herring detailing to us what she says unfolded seconds after Jackson got home, not knowing what waited for her inside.
He was inside.
He was already inside.
Because he broke through the back door, waiting for them. That's what's my understanding.
And when the 43-year-old entered her apartment on Cornell and 68th just before 4 Thursday afternoon, police say a 17-year-old boy shot her 4 times in the head before escaping. The murder happening, neighbors say, right in front of Jackson's husband and their young son, who ran next door for help, while the victim was left clinging to life.
Tragedy here in South Shore. Detectives snapping photos of the crime scene. The shooting happening just before 4 p.m. inside Tanisha Jackson's home in the 6800 block of South Cornell.
And there's M1 with a black bulletproof vest, as described by a witness, with shorts and flip-flops on. He don't know which direction he ran in.
Police say Jackson was approached by a 17-year-old who shot her 4 times in the head. A gun was recovered at the scene. She was pronounced dead at the University Hospital. What are your memories of her? Describe her for me.
She was kind of a short lady. She used to be on the back on her phone all the time, sitting on the back porch. Just being nice.
Married to the love of her life for 21 years and the mother of 3 sons. Loved ones told me Jackson was always the life of the party.
When I realized it was the lady that I talked to sometimes, it was kind of sad.
Neighbors told police the gunman kicked in Jackson's back door. Detectives were seen crossing Stony Island, hunting down found surveillance video from nearby businesses.
This is where the shooting occurred. The CPD got on scene. They found the back door already open, so they believe that the son already fled the scene. But according to witnesses, he was wearing a bulletproof vest, some flip-flops, and shorts. They did recover a weapon, but I don't know if they found it inside the house or outside. But they're still looking for him, so this is an active manhunt right now. We did just get an update that the mom had been pronounced 010 deceased.
Police say a person of interest is in custody following a fatal shooting in the city's south side. The person has not been identified, but yesterday investigators said they were looking for a 17-year-old boy. The shooting happened around 4 o'clock Thursday afternoon near 68th and South Cornell Avenue. The victim was identified as 43-year-old.
Yo, what's up, people? Okay, I want to send my condolences to the friends and family of Tatanisha Jackson. This was rough right here. You know, like, what can you say when it's a sibling or a child or like someone that you're supposed to be the closest to? But the mom, though. And then they were saying he was a drill rapper. I don't know how true that is. I'm not stirring all of that up, but that was what the title was when I actually was investigating a lot of the different clips. And maybe so. However, I don't even like adding that label because we make so many excuses as to, oh, it's the music, oh, it's this. No, it's the mental health that is running rampant in our community, the mental illness that's running rampant in our community, and we won't put it in check. That it has been, you know, pretty much festering for generations and generations and generations. And this is the first time, as far as like this generation right here, I will say Generation Z, actually exposing mental health instead of hiding it. Whereas, and even millennials, they pretty much were the ones that started as well. But when it came to baby boomers and Gen X, and you know, which is my generation, it's like everything has always been hidden. You don't talk about nothing. You don't say nothing. You just internalize everything, you know, and it's still, even though it's exposed now, we have to start fighting to really work at utilizing the tools, or at least start with ourselves and continue to promote it and have a each one teach one effect. You don't have to be a counselor to talk about it, as far as like say, you know what, maybe therapy would be good for me or for my family, or even have conversations at the dinner table, or when you're shooting dice, when you're playing spades, whatever it may be. You know that we have people in our family that is been touched by an angel. Majority of Black families have people that have been touched by an angel, and we just allow them to just roam free, do their thing, instead of having sidebar conversations with them and actually really digging into how they really feel. And these are all, this is me just ranting about how I feel. This is everything that I'm saying. There's no type of information that statistics or nothing, none of that. When I give you real statistics, it will be in the banner. The stuff that you see that I put up in the banner is stuff that I actually have checked on and investigated and read upon, and I share that with you. But when I'm talking, I'm just blurting like, y'all my folks, shouty. Y'all my folk. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just having this conversation with y'all. Oh, I got a comment. I'm so sorry. Hey, Cynthia, thank you so much for joining from Facebook. I appreciate you. And this is another advocate right here, guys. Please follow her social media pages. When I tell you, she always linking me up with somebody when I'm on. She always sharing, bringing people into the space so that we can have conversations. That's what we supposed to do. Build our, our tribes. And I thank you for that, sis. Let's see. And thank you once again, everybody on IG, for showing so much love and actually, chiming in and listening. And next week I'll be back on. Hopefully I'll be live, and I would like some women to join me. That would be great to have some women actually come on board and join me. So if you are interested, please DM me, please inbox me, text me if you got my number, whatever it may be. But I would really love you guys to be able to be heard and to, share your thoughts on some of these clips that you see. All right. Let's see here. Oh, thank you. Love you too, Facebook friend. And that's so funny how you just meet people. Now, that's one good thing about social media is you can really connect with some people that you really start to respect and become friends with, or become allies with. And so I love that. All right, guys, I'm about to get out of here. But before I do want to say, please, I think my links and everything is at the bottom of the bottom scrolling. Please check me out on Fresh and Friends. Actually, Friday, I did an interview with a beautiful queen named Shaneen Bonner, gospel artist and a filmmaker, a documentary filmmaker. She was amazing, and I'm doing this thing on Fridays called Lights, Camera, Action, where I showcase some great people in the filmmaking industry, or actors, actresses, different people that are creatives. And so I just kind of already had like them in mind, because I follow them, I respect them, and a lot of them confirmed that they will be coming and joining the show, to give their insight, give some behind the scenes, whatever it may be. And I'm looking forward to it. So on Friday coming up, Shaneen Bonner interview, and all of these are recordings. So Shaneen Bonner will be the first one that I actually promote and show, and that is at 7 p.m. on Friday. Okay, guys. All right. Love y'all and mean it. Y'all have a good one. And once again, thank you. And please hug a sister, hug brothers. Don't be afraid to say hi either. Please. Some brothers be so clammed up. They be scared to say hi. I promise you, she is not going to say that you assaulted her if you say hi. Just say hi. That's it. Well, I hope she don't. But, thank you once again, and love y'all and mean it. Have a good one. Bye.
We gotta pray for brighter days. A change gon' come. 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 Like a bridge over troubled waters, we can overcome. Our new day's begun, and I know this is how the story goes. Love and peace in a world so cold. Tell me what's the unity? This ain't how it's supposed to be. Oh no, love will find a way. We gotta pray for brighter days. A change gon' come. Change gon' come. Change gon' come. Change gon' come.
Father, in the mighty name of Yeshua HaMashiach, Jesus the Anointed One, Lord, you said that our sad days is over. Lord, you said this is the season of the turnaround. So we turn our mourning to joy. We turn our sadness to praise for the spirit of heaviness. So everything that has brought sadness to us, I declare that it be uprooted right now, according to Matthew 15:13. Every plant that the Father did not plant be uprooted now in Jesus' name. The Lord said in Psalms 35, weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. So I speak to the breaking of the day, which is your morning. I declare the morning of joy to come now. I speak to the Lord of the breaking of the day to bring a breakthrough of happiness now. You have stepped into a season of breakthrough, and you can call on the Lord of the breakthrough to bring a breakthrough to your situation now. In Jesus' name, the Lord said this is the season that your sad days are over. Your pain is over. Your struggle is over. This is the season of restoration and elevation. God is going to restore everything back to you that was stolen. If your peace was stolen, God said get ready for your double. If your joy was stolen, God said get ready for your double. God said in Isaiah 61:7, for your shame double, for your confusion double. The Lord said according to Deuteronomy 6, that you have walked around this mountain long enough. You have walked around sadness long enough. You have walked around depression long enough. You have walked around grief long enough. You have walked around oppression long enough. The Lord said in Isaiah 40:2 that your warfare has been accomplished. That means your sad days is over.
Guns. Why is it that there's a gun shop on almost every corner in this community? Why? Tell you why. For the same reason that there's a liquor store on almost every corner in the black community. Why? They want us to kill ourselves. You go out to Beverly Hills, you don't see that.